you're trading.
Adapt, adjust, keep elevating.
What works now won't work when the market changes. Swing trading difficult, try scalping the ranges.
We seen bull runs from the basement up. Smart money buys quiet, then price erupts. Early bull, we patient, we scalping the dips. Volume rising, candles got that bullish script. Mid bull flying, we trend riding, not contrarian. Breakouts clean, FOMO feeding the barbarian. Late bull trap set, retail's last stand. Distribution slick like they slapping your hand. Switch it up when the cycle shift. Bear creeping in like a solid drift. Early bear, we light, we waiting the short. News turning sour, but we reading the report. Mid bear, we breaking supports, stacking gains, downtrend steep, but we ain't trading in vain. Late bear, watch for bottoming signs. Smart money reloads while they chasing the lines. Trade one way in every phase, you'll get wrecked. That stubborn bias, that's a fatal defect. Market don't care about your past strategy. It's adapt or bleed. Choose your reality. Triple trade with the trend. Nobody knows what will happen.
What works now won't work when the market changes. So move like the tide, flow through the ranges. Be like water, quick to react. When it's time to shift, don't look back. Fear, greed, envy, jealousy, frustration, revenge, anxiety that wreck your soul. If you can't adjust, stay in the game, adapt or bust.
Fake guru scalping sideways in a trending zone. That's like trying to day trade with a rotary phone. Range bound games need patience, sniping the highs. Not trend chasing lies in disguise. See the trap, emotions running wild. Remember to take profits. Greed will make you hostile. Anxiety paralyzing, you ain't pressing that buy. Frustration hitting charts like why did I try? Flow with the rhythm of the chart. Trend lines don't lie, but your ego might start.
What works now won't work when the market changes. So move like the tide, flow through the ranges. Be like water, quick to react. When it's time to shift, don't look back. Fear, greed, envy, jealousy, frustration, revenge, anxiety that wreck your soul. If you can't adjust, stay in the game, adapt or bust. That's the trader's law. Change with the wave and you'll stand tall. One set up ain't gold forever. Adjust your style, be clever. What works now won't work when the market changes. Swing trading difficult, try scalping the ranges.
Trade with the train,
Guys, we got to trade with the trend, and oh boy, did the trend change. Ooh, did you have alert set? Were you aware of the possible trend change? Did you get stopped out? I know we did, but let's get started in 3, 2, and 1. Bingo, bango, bingo, and a bango. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is your time. It's always time. That's right, to make this money. So let's go, guys. So let's make this money, whether we're going long or we're going short. Well, I have a story to tell. Now, of course, at the very beginning of the show, I always say, I talk mainly about the losses. The wins, I mean, if the market's great, I mean, everybody's winning. But the losses, to me, trading is very psychological. And you could be at huge losses, or you're just losing too much. You're like, man, I can't do this. Stick with it. Stick with it. All we have to do is wait for the break of a high. And hopefully the trend is possibly starting to change. And then now we make money. But I'm going to go over Bitcoin. I'm going to go over, of course, your coins, your thought process, your questions, and also the thought process leading up to this pullback, which we thought might happen. We never know if it will or how much, and we're going to get into that in just a little bit. But I do want to talk about a personal story. You know, once Bitcoin started coming down, our stocks were getting hit, and I'll explain more of that in just a bit. But my personal story, I had a trade that had significant money in there, and for whatever reason, I did not have a stop loss. The very first thing that I do whenever I'm setting up a trade is I set my stop loss, and then I move my margin over so I can see how much I'm going to lose, and then I enter the trade. I don't know if I was super rushed, if I was trying to get out a lot of stuff, I don't know what happened at that moment. All I know, I did not have a stop loss. I had significant money in there. And as the market's coming down, I say, okay, cool, you know, it should bounce here, you know, let me check to see if we've been stopped out. And I go and I look and I see that my balance is way lower than it should be. And I'm like, oh no. And I go and I'm checking my, and I had several trades. And I go and I look and I see that one of them didn't have a stop loss, and I was down like 80%. Again, significant money for me. And I was like, oh crap. I said, well, I could either close out my trade right now, or I could wait a few minutes to see, because it was a big dump, to see if it's going to pull back up and just, you know, liquidate people. And I start seeing it start coming up. I said, okay, so whenever I put, let's just simple math. If I put $10 in a trade, if I add to it, I normally add double the amount. So I'll put $20. So it reduces my, let's just say it was 80% at this time. It'll reduce it to 40%, give or take, you know, depending on the fees and everything else. But, or sometimes I'll even go more. So if I put 20 at the beginning, I'll put 30 down here so that it will push down my average entry by a lot. And the amount that I'm losing, instead of 80%, now it's maybe 30%, you know, who knows? Okay, I'm not good at math, but I just know that I put the numbers in and it reduces it. And so I did that. And I waited and it started going up, and then it came down again. It came down again, and again, I'm at 80%. Now, granted, I had a 10x leverage, so higher leverage for this meme coin that moves very fast. So right there, it was a risk I was willing to take, but with the stop loss, and I didn't have it. And then I saw it 80% again. I was like, I can add again, or I can just put my stop loss. I don't know how far we're gonna go, and it's a lot of money I'm gonna lose. I don't want to lose this. It hurts. And I said, let me just do a stop loss. So I put my stop loss underneath the recent little pivot that it had, and within 10 minutes, bloop, stopped me out. And I was like, it hurts. And now for me, I am very transparent. So the very first thing I did was I informed my group. I informed my group what happened. And this says basically to have a stop loss. And if you don't have a stop loss, just be prepared to, you know, add to your trade, add to your trade, add to your trade. But there could be a point where you run out of money to add to your trade and you get liquidated for every single thing. So what I do is I show you my win. Well, I tell you about my wins, I tell you about my losses, but the losses are, to me, are most important. Wins, I mean, we win. That's not the thing. The thing that we need to really talk, because a lot of these people don't talk about it because they have something to sell. I don't. I offer you something. If you want access to me, all the updates, then great, do the group. But to learn how to trade, you do it here. Now I'm going to go over Bitcoin. Today, I'm going to be showing you basically what I do and how I look at stuff, but it's going to be mainly focused on that. So stay tuned, guys. So I told my group and told them the mistake. And of course, how could I have, fix that mistake? Having a stop loss like I always preach. I don't know why I didn't do it. I'm busy doing a bunch of stuff. I'm always doing a bunch of stuff, but like, I'm not looking for reasons. I'm not looking for excuses. I'm trying to justify the reason why I would do that. Like I don't, it's very rare that I do that. And normally when it does, it's because I'm doing a bunch of stuff. But anyway, so then on Road Dog's show last night, this is Road Dog. On Road Dog's show last night, I told them too, because what I want to do is I want to be very transparent. I say, man, I lost a lot of money, lost a lot of my portfolio last night on this trade that I didn't have a stop loss. I didn't tell Meet Damien because he wasn't on live after it happened. But here's Meet Damien as well, another good YouTuber. And then I did tell Porky last night, and I said, hey, man, like, I lost trades. And now, granted, I'm not happy I lost. I'm embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed because I'm always talking about stop losses. And then here I go. For whatever reason, I didn't set mine with higher leverage too. So the house must have been on fire or something for me not to set that stop loss. And account got wrecked. It hurts. Oh man, does it hurt? But we're gonna go over all that. So let's go ahead and say hi to the chat. Of course, we have Tommy 2 Liters in the house. What's up, brother? Appreciate you. If you're here, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat or just say hi. Give you a shout out real quick. We do have Melissa saying smash the like. Yes, please, definitely smash the like. Does help support the channel. There's a small channel. We're trying to grow. We're trying to show people that they don't need to pay a mentor to learn how to trade. If you want access to me, well, then that's when you pay. But do you need it? Grant, you'll learn faster, but like, could you learn from all this stuff? Yes. I'm not going to tell you, oh, I can't say that. That's in the VIP or that's in the premium or that's in the whatever. No, I'll show you here. I'll show you here. We got Steve in the house. What's going on, Steve? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for being here. Really appreciate everybody for being here. Let's look at the crypto bubbles. This is on the daily time frame. Coming down. Coming down. We've been coming down quite a bit. Should we short? No. When they move too much, I don't short. I have to wait for the retest. Now, can we short as soon as it starts happening? We can. However, it's just higher risk because we could fake out and then just go straight up. Like right now, it's pretty difficult trading. Now, granted, I know the first thing you're gonna say or your mentor, we've been killing it. We've been, yes, I know, yes, but you know, in reality, we're just going up and then down and then up and then down, and then we make a lower low. Oh, great, let's short, and then it goes up, goes back into the range, goes higher than the range. Oh, okay, let's long, and then it comes back into the range. It's literally liquidation sitting. Stop losses, very important. Manage your risk. You know, don't be into too many trades. I gotta get some drink real quick. All right, very good. Let's see here. Hourly time frame. Oh, possible bounce. Possible bounce. Possible. That looks good. Not yet, though. We'll be looking at the charts in just a moment. Oh, yeah, there was one chart. What was the chart? Doge. Doge. Very disappointing in Doge. I really thought it was going to take off. Oh, so disappointing Doge. All right, so crypto, we are at 68. What? This bad boy, it went up 7 points. Shit, man, I think it'd be like at 55 right now. Let's see here, liquidations. Let's see what the liquidations is at. Liquidations, refresh the page. It's on the 24-hour time frame. And we can see that we do have liquidations towards the top. We have 57 million, 22 million, right around 105. We have some more up here, 67 million. These are the brighter areas. More liquidations. 66.72 million, right around 106. Then we have some down here. Now, of course, we did take this liquidity. You know, we started coming down, down, down. Our next really kind of hot spot is at 63 million at 1032. Let's go to the 12-hour time frame. 12-hour time frame. Going down the list, going down the list. Everything. QuickSwap Fine 89. Thank you so much for being here. You guys are the best. Thank you for everybody smashing the like. You are absolutely my favorite. You are my favorite. You smash the like, favorite. Instant. Yeah, favorite. Let's see here. We got West in the house. Good morning, West. Appreciate you, man, being here. See, on the 12-hour time frame, we have a very bright spots up here. 59 million, 105. 57 million, 1055. 82 million, 106. 66.72 million, 106.5. So we have a lot of liquidity up here, and we have some down here, as we mentioned earlier. Here's the thing, though. Is it going to go up where there's more liquidity, or is it going to come down, get this liquidity to maybe come up? I don't know. But what I do know is that it cannot come up here unless it breaks this level. It's literally comes down to that basic. It's physics. It cannot come down here unless it breaks this level. I believe that's the right word. But it comes down, it cannot come down here unless it breaks this. So this is why we trade level by level. Hey, we got Mark Dutch in the house. What's up, Mark Dutch? Mark Dutch is out shopping for groceries. Very nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. Man, shopping has gotten so expensive. Like, I hate it. Like, for me, I don't like actually going shopping. I like it having delivered to me. For one, it saves me a lot of time. And since I'm always in these markets and coins, to me, that's more worthwhile. So, man, but it is gotten expensive. I'll go and I'll see my cart after I'm done. It's like, that's a lot of money. And then I take it away. It's like, nope. And then like 2 days later, I'll do it again, you know, different stuff. And it's like, man, that's a lot of money. Nope. And I'll take it away. And about 2 days later, I'll do it again. It's like, man, that's a lot of, you know what? Let me just go get a Popeyes or something. Spend 15, 20 bucks, not about 15 bucks. And so the $15 to me in my head is much better than, you know, a week's worth of groceries. And then the next day is like, okay, fine. Let me do this order. But man, I cut it in half. I hate it. Steve says, question. I hear everyone talk about going to certain levels and talking about liquidity. What does that mean and how do you tell? Very good question. So liquidity, and I'm going to talk about it. I'll talk about that when we're looking at Doge. And then liquidity. And I talk about this quite a bit because there are a lot of people out there that talk about, oh, liquidity sweep, it swept the lows. We're coming after this liquidity. We're coming after this liquidity. So I will be talking about that. I talk about it often on the show. So very important. Watch every single show if you can. If not, watch the replay. Make sure to smash a like. Make sure to leave a comment. Very important. That way it helps the algorithm to get my channel in front of other people. And then I believe I have some shorts on there as well about it. But great question, man, because there are a lot of people to talk about that. So we will get into that. Let's see here. Going down the list. The different trader says, dude, how are you, man? Hey, I'm doing great, man. Doing great. I took a loss last night. Took a huge loss. I'm not sure if you saw the beginning of the show, but for those of you who didn't, I did not have a stop loss on a trade. I always preach stop loss. For whatever reason, I didn't put mine. Had high leverage. Of course, the markets were coming down, which we were expecting, but we were expecting a bounce. So I was thinking my trade would be okay. I go and check my trades. It's like, why am I down so much? And it's like, no. I checked and I didn't have a stop loss. I was down about 80%. I started bouncing up, so I put more money, double the amount of money in there, and to reduce my percentage of loss. And then it dropped more, and then so now I'm down 80% again. I put my stop loss. My stop loss did get hit. I lost a huge amount of money. Now, granted, am I saying this to, you know, why am I saying this? Especially if I have a group. And for one, I have nothing to sell you. All I have is something to offer. If you want access to me, all the updates that we do, et cetera, like that's what the group's for. You don't need that to learn how to trade. I show you how here. But and the first thing I did when I got stopped out is I told my group. So I'm very transparent too, because if I had something to sell, you better believe that little truth that I told you, I wouldn't tell you, because that makes me look like, one, a bad trader, and two, like, how can you have faith in me? But because I have nothing to sell you, I'm extremely honest. I let you know the realities of trading. For whatever reason, I did not put that stop loss. I don't know why. I normally do. And especially if I had a high leverage too. Normally I put a stop loss. And sure enough, if I had something to sell you, I wouldn't tell you. But I don't. So I'll show you the realities, like, and this is why it's important to have that stop loss. Hey, it's Remco. What's up, Remco? Old buddy, old trading buddy. Long time, man. It's been a long time, dude. Let's see here. You know, trading for animals. Yes, dude. Dude, it's been years. I think I reached out to you maybe, or we talked maybe like a year and a half ago, maybe. Hope you're doing great, bud. Yeah, man. So happy, dude. So happy. Man, let's reconnect, man. Let's reconnect on Telegram. Dude, so happy, man. Hopefully everything's going good for you. And, you know, that way, man, I'm just happy to see you, brother. Happy to see you. Steve says, trying to learn. Thank you. Yeah, definitely, man. And, you know, falling on your face, getting up, brushing yourself off, and then trying to learn from your mistakes, you know. And like this last mistake that I just did, like I knew it was a mistake. It was like, oh, man. But it happens. Lunchable Connoisseur, what's up, my man? What's up? All right. So let's go and get started. Let's see here. I think that's all I wanted to show on that. If you want to jam out to some pretty cool music, over here, go to my videos. I have a new song. It's called Market Changes. That was the intro song. So definitely check that out. Smash the like, leave a comment. And then of course, you know, I have videos that show you how to trade. I have member videos, specifically for member videos. And I have other videos that will help you trade, help you make money. And I do all this without charging you. If you want access to me and all the updates, well, then here you go. Do you need this to trade? No. To learn? No. Do it here. Ask me questions. So there you go. And a lot of, to me, the most important part is leveraging your time, because I am literally in these charts all day. And I'm going to show you right now with Bitcoin. I'm going to show you with Bitcoin right now. So Bitcoin last night, of course, we're thinking it's going to pull back when it reached here. It pulled back barely, then it broke above, then it's coming up here. And in the group, I'm letting them know that, you know, we're coming up here. If we pull back, you know, we're looking around 382, what I always teach, you know, the 382 level minimum. I would like to see the 0.5. So I'm giving updates on the group as far as Bitcoin and we're in trades at this point. We're in trades, and I let them know that I am expecting a pullback. And on the trade setups that I'm doing, let's just say, for example, the trade is this is not Bitcoin. This is a regular coin. Let's say this is our level we're looking to break. We had this information and boop, and then it's like, okay, price is right here. Market is doing really good. It broke this level. Let's enter here, thinking that the price may continue going up, because here, let's just say there's a really strong level here. Then more than likely, and then let's pull this, more than likely it'll pull back to about here, which would coincide with Bitcoin's possible pullback. Then hopefully we get a bounce off of this level. Hopefully Bitcoin bounces off of the level we're looking at. And then now it goes. This is what we're looking at. And this is why we were entering the trades and expecting a slight retracement due to Bitcoin potentially pulling back to the 3.2 level. Once it broke here, the price action was about here. I updated the group again in reference to Bitcoin, a possible movement, possible coins that were in the trades. And I said, okay, you know, it's breaking here. I'm expecting it to bounce here. It bounced above it. I started getting happy. I don't think I updated the group here. And then it broke the 382. So now it's approaching the 0.5, which I'm expecting to bounce. Now, granted, whenever I say expecting, that does not mean it will happen. It means that it might. It could. There's a higher probability that it, you know, has a chance of doing it. So all these words are very important, because it's not creating a bias. It's not saying it will bounce here. It has to do this. Price can do whatever it wants. So as it's coming down to 0.5, all of our longs are starting to come down. Some are in profit, a few are in profit. I don't want to say some. To me, some is more than a few. So a few were in profit, and I'm looking, I was like, okay, let's move up all our stop losses. So I think at the time we had 6 trades. We had one short, both our targets hit. Then we had 2 trades the previous day, and then 4 trades that day. So a total of 6 active trades, longs. So as this is coming down, I'm updating the group. All right, group, voice message. I'm going to be updating the charts. Be prepared and look in the setup group. So that way they know, okay, setup group, and I pin it too, so everybody's aware of it. Then I'm updating the charts, moving up the stop losses just in case. Price goes and it does not. So I'm looking for a bounce here, and it doesn't bounce. It starts coming down even more. Oh man. Now I'm thinking we're gonna bounce. And again, same thing, because we broke this level, I'm putting in the group, okay guys, sell off 50% of your position. The stop loss is either good, or move the stop loss depending on the chart. And I'm giving them all this information. And I was like, this could be the dump we've been looking for. Well, I've been looking for it for, shoot man, weeks. Or it could just be liquidating the longs just to come back up. I said, what we need to do is we need to look for pivots. We want to break the higher pivots. We don't want to break the lower pivots. So all this is in a voice message, and also I did some really quick videos as well. Then it comes down even more. And at this point, we're getting stopped out. We're getting stopped out on our trades. I think like maybe 2 or 3 of our longs are getting stopped out. Then it starts coming up. Awesome. Our trades start coming up as well. Good. Then we create a pivot with the pullback. Now, again, we never know what's going to happen until after the fact. And a lot of these mentors out here, they love spending 15, 20 minutes telling you what already happened. Oh, it hit this level, it hit this level. But they don't tell you what might happen. This is why this path tool is extremely important, because this was my thought process, what I thought was going to happen. And that way it's very clear. Here, I thought it was going to come back, pull back to 3.2. I always talk about 0.5, and I mentioned it as well. And it didn't do any of that. It came, and I also mentioned that we could come into the golden pocket, but if it breaks, this is a thing I say over and over again. If it breaks the 618, we're in danger zone, because it could take back, crash and burn, could take back all of this. Y'all know what I'm going to do. Y'all already know what I'm going to do. Where's Tom Cruise? That's what I want to know. Where is Tom Cruise? Tom Cruise is right here. Tom Cruise is right here. Crash and burn, baby. Crash and burn. Danger zone. Danger zone. So, price comes up. Price comes down. Awesome. This is our decision point. I talk about this all the time as well. And so here's the thing. Like, I'm showing you everything. You don't need to join the group to learn this stuff. You know, I'm showing you exactly my thought process. That way, hopefully you can, you know, make money. And then if you want to leverage your time, join the group. If you want all the updates, join the group. If you have the money right now, join the group. If you don't have the money, do these steps, you know, make the money, and then join the group. Now, decision point. We need to break this level. We don't want to break this. Comes up, breaks this level. Awesome. Comes up here. Perfect. Now what we're doing is we're looking at the potential pullback of about 38%, which would be right here from this extension leg to possibly 50%. We don't want it breaking below this part, because if it does, well, then we have a probably double bottom maybe that it'll maybe do this. Then a lower high, then break the lows, and then come after this. This is what we don't want. We want to see strength. Price comes down. Let me go ahead and take all these off. Price comes down and tries to, you see it right here, it tried to, and then it came down further, broke this, not good, started coming up, but very weak. This is why I'm always showing you the strength of the move, because it did not, you know, come up to, so 50% of this leg would be roughly around right here, about right here. What did it do? Barely 23%, and then whoop, broke this level. Incredibly weak. So because of this, you could, you know, just trade Bitcoin. Just trade Bitcoin and see what Bitcoin is doing. And we, again, level by level, if it breaks this, more than likely, we're going to go to the lower levels. Or, and this is the part I hate, or it could just fake you out and then go the opposite way. That's the part I hate. But this is why I trade level by level. You know, have the macro, the bigger trend in mind, and then doing all this right here can tell us, you know, which way we're possibly going to go. Once it breaks this level, okay, maybe we get a bounce here. Our last resort to maybe start trading in this range. Maybe it creates a range. Now, what I also do is I show you in the moment of the trade versus after the fact. So this would have been our range if we would have bounced here. This would have given us hope. But because it did not break above the 618, and everything I'm mentioning, make sure to write it down, make sure to commit it to memory, make sure to use this in your strategy, because this is literally how the market moves. This is literally how the coins are going. Now, because we were already in longs, we're getting stopped out. Could we do shorts? The price has already come down too much. You know, it's higher risk to enter those shorts versus just waiting to see, you know, what happens. Could you have entered? Sure. Could we have entered here? Sure. Knowing that we were going to possibly come down, but because we were so bullish, and so here's the variable that I'm dealing with. We're very close to the all-time highs. And because this variable is here, if the variable wasn't here, the all-time highs, we'd be shorting like crazy. We'd be shorting But because we had that all-time high and the FOMO, could hit at any moment, I expect it to pull back, yes, but then continue upward. This is my expectation. But it didn't happen. Did not happen. All right. Let me know who's here, guys. Let me know who's here. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you're here. Let me know if you're enjoying the content. Let me know if you're enjoying this. Now, price came down, and I made another, I believe it was audio. I think it was an audio where I'm thinking here, we're starting to potentially bounce. This is going to be good for the last remaining trades that we have open. I think it was only 1 or 2. And then what happens? Rolls over. Got stopped out. Do we lose in the group? Yes. Do we win? Yes. And it's very important to understand that, because a lot of people join my group and I have this and that and we did this and we did that, and what they're doing is they're selling false dreams and hopes and empty promises, in my opinion. I could be wrong, in my opinion, but the thing is to know, like, you're gonna win, you're gonna lose. And for me, I'm very honest, I am very transparent. I'm not here to sell you fake dreams and empty promises. I show you the reality of trading. Let me get some drink. Talking too much. This one is some ice cold water. Ice cold. 1 second. It's so cold. All right, moving on. Oh man, right now, and look at that danger zone. Past the 618. It may bounce on the 786 to maybe reclaim this. So it would be doing a V-shaped recovery, kind of like what it did here. But it didn't. It broke the 786, came down to the 100% mark, and took 100% of it. This is why this is the danger zone. Now, in the future, when the market is good, will we be having lower entries at the 0.5 and another lower entry at the 618? And maybe even one of the 786? Sure. Why? Because in that moment, the segment of the market where we're very bullish, we know that we will have retracements, more than likely just to stop out people. Price will be coming up and then bloop, come down and then jump up again. And instead of us being stopped out, we're actually adding to our entry, or we're entering because we're expecting it potentially to pull back to these levels. So that's the difference between trading the way your mentor or some of your mentors are showing you versus what I'm showing you. Because nobody knows. Joe, you're just saying that because it came down. No, I've been doing this. Like I don't want to enter here just blindly. Now, if I do enter here, I risk because it could come up and just roll over. All right, moving on. So that is my thought process. That's what happened to me in reference to my personal trade. Very embarrassed by it, extremely embarrassed by it, really. But like I said, just got to rip off that Band-Aid. The first thing I did after it hurts. Oh man, did it hurt? Because it was more money than way more than I wanted to lose. And first thing I did was I told my group. So here's the thing too. Why do I say what I say as far as the losses and everything else, as far as my own personal trades? Because I know people that are in the VIP are watching the show, and they can easily call me out. Oh, Joe, you didn't do that. You didn't say this. And if they did, one, I would not ban them. Unlike other mentors out there, if they say anything about their group that's slightly damaging to their money-making machine, they ban them, they mute them, they kick them, they remove them, do all that stuff. For me, if you're in the group and you say something, it's like, yeah, man, like we lost. I mean, yeah, we lost, But I have had, I think, one or two. No, just one. He changed his name. It was a scammer that was trying to scam me out of money. Anyway, yeah, man, I'm in the group and that, blah, blah. I was like, no, man, win. Like, show me your setup. Show me your setup and let's walk through it. He never did. We got John 316 in the house. What's up, John? Appreciate you, man. Tech Man says, I just wait. Oh, you just waited down 15% since Las Vegas trip. Holy smokes. That reminds me of a story. A long time ago, went to the doctor. They weighed me, and I weighed like 700 pounds, whatever it was, right? Okay, it wasn't 700, but it was a lot. And I said, man, because you know how everybody makes excuses. Oh, wow, it's these clothes I'm wearing or whatever. And I told her, I said, man, it's that big breakfast I had for the past 20 years. But dude, congrats, man. Down 15 pounds. I need to start losing weight again. I started to, and I was doing, it's just too expensive. Too expensive. So, it's too expensive. And I have things, I'll probably tell y'all, I mean, if y'all been watching the show, y'all probably kind of know already, but I'll probably tell y'all maybe in a month what's going in my life. Not good, not good. Yo, you're looking to the left, that means you're lying. No, I'm looking at my camera. Okay. Yeah, so not good. Let's see here. Okay, let's go and get started, guys. Any coins? We're gonna talk about Doge. We're gonna talk about liquidity. Any questions? Any coins? Anything y'all want to do? So Pendle is what we thought might happen. It's on YouTube. We're saying enter now. Possible pullback to here. And again, this possible pullback is one, mainly because this movement, and two, because of Bitcoin. And this is how we enter our trades in the group. You know, if we have a move, we enter knowing that we could pull back, and then you could either enter here or add here. Safer, wait till the break of the pivot. That's what we do. Okay, so that was from yesterday. See here, Tigman says hydrochlorothiazide, high blood pressure from excessive water in body, making a difference taking it. Yeah, excessive water, man. I drink a lot of water. That's just because I drink a lot of water. Hydrochlorothiazide, and I haven't heard that in a long time. But yeah, for me, it's just I don't move. Like I'm literally here at the computer all day long. But hopefully in a month, I will have a different situation where I will be standing up, and walking. Walking. And I'll be like out of breath big time. And the part that I'm saying, be like, what's my intro? Good morning. Good afternoon. Whatever time it is your time. Oh man, just forget it. Oh no. Don't do it. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward. Yeah, I gotta get up and move. I know it, man. I know it. Know it. So it just sucks. But yeah. Let's see here. So let's look at Doge. But yeah, I do sit down all day, like literally all day. But hopefully that'll fix. Okay. So in reference to all the liquidity traders out there, they are going to say, and they love saying this, and I find it so funny. So here's our level that we need to remain above, but since it came down below, the first thing they're going to say is, oh, it's taking this liquidity right here. And more than likely, it's going to come for this liquidity and this liquidity. Just because the price went up and it came down to only here, taking this. Then it came down a little bit lower, taking this. Then it came down a slightly little lower to take this. But there's still liquidity here. And how is liquidity? So here's the question. What is liquidity? Liquidity has different definitions, different meanings. One, liquidity is, let's say we enter a trade for a short and we have our stop loss here. This stop loss serves as liquidity. The market makers, they know that your stop loss is right here. They know this. Now, in order for the market maker to make money, what they do is sometimes they will bring it up to certain prices. Doesn't mean that they will, just means that they can. Okay. Now, this is my interpretation. If I'm wrong, let me know, but this is my interpretation. Anytime we are coming down, you can only buy from someone who's selling. You can only sell from someone who's buying. So in order for the price to come down, the market makers, so this is the market makers, what they're doing is they're selling off, or they're selling this. So the retail can short. So at this moment, the retail is shorting. And in order for them to short, the market makers have to sell them that there's a word I'm looking for, position. We'll just say position. So the market makers, have more sell orders here, and the retail is buying it to short. So as it comes down, now in order for the market makers to make money, it now becomes liquidity, and the market makers want to bring the price back up to collect on all of the short orders that were placed, and stop losses, liquidation levels, et cetera, et cetera. So again, liquidation is when you have your order and you create a stop loss, and that stop loss is where the market makers are interested in doing, plus you lose your money. And if you don't put a stop loss, well, then there's a chance that you can get liquidated if the price goes to a certain area. Liquidation means that your money for the order turns to water, turns into liquid, and goes down the drain. That's how I look at it. So as price is coming down, it's creating liquidity. As price is going up, it's creating liquidity. It's in the market's best interest to collect on this liquidity by moving the price up or down. Now, do the market makers have to bring the price down to this? Nope. But Joe, it did. All my liquidity traders, they're 100% accurate. Look, man, it came and it took all of this. Yes, very true. Just remember though, the market makers are creating liquidity as the price is coming down. As the price is coming down. Now, this amount was taken up, but we still have all of this liquidity to be taken. All of this liquidity to be taken. So for all the liquidity traders out there, there's liquidity being brought up and down. So how do you trade this? How do the liquidity traders, how do you do this then? Level by level. It's just, I don't want to say as simple as that, but this is how we trade, level by level. The market makers cannot come down for this liquidity. Oh, let me get this. The market makers cannot come down for this liquidity unless it breaks this level and it breaks this level. Can't do it. Market makers cannot take this liquidity until it breaks this level. So as it's breaking levels and it's creating lower lows, lower highs, okay, now it came down, now it's coming for this. What if the price does this number and then reverses and then now starts taking all this liquidity and all of this liquidity by breaking levels to the upside? Okay, well, it's taking this. This is a result of what the price is doing. Cause and effect. Because price is going up, the effect is it's getting the liquidity towards the top. Now, with that being said, it's creating liquidity on the bottom. How do we get rid of this liquidity? Price. So there's only two things price needs to do. Price needs to go up. Price needs to go down. That's it. And it's very healthy for the price to go up. And when it retraces, oh, that was bad. It's very important that the price go up. And when it retraces, to retrace about 38 to maybe 50% before coming up again. And then retracing about 38, 50%. And just repeating that until eventually it breaks a low to take some more of this liquidity. It doesn't have to take all of it, It takes as much as it wants, and then it repeats the process. This is trading right here in a nutshell. Notice I didn't mention anything about SFPs or whatever other acronyms you want to use, or any other, trading slang you want to use. We got some alerts going off. It's literally level by level. Too long, we want to break this level. Too short, we want to break. We want to break this level because this level is really close to this. We want to break this. But Joe, it's coming down a lot. Yes. Now, if it breaks this level, do I want to enter? No. Okay, now I'm confused. You just said when it breaks the level, you want to go short. Correct. However, we don't just use one rule to enter trades. We have to use multiple rules that agree with each other. What do I always mention when we have an extension? Like, we want to use the fib extension to see the possible retracement. Here, let's go to the very top, which would be the wick. And let's just say it retraces at this moment. We don't know that it will, but currently, price is right here. It could go lower, so this would be adjusted. I want to see a pullback of at least 38% minimum, which would be the 382. So I'm thinking that the price may come up to here before potentially rolling. Now, if we enter here, this is high risk because why? 50% of the move is our decision point. So this is the order. Here's our leg. Here's our next leg that we want to be 38 to 50%. We want to see a retracement on that leg to create our decision point, which is roughly about 50% of this. Now we're looking for, is it going to attack up or attack down? So if you were to enter as it's rolling over, higher risk, but higher risk, higher reward. If it pulls back to the 50% mark and now starts to bounce up, okay, now let's see, is it going to break this or kind of roll over and just give up and come down? If it does, well then, since we're so close to this one, we just wait for this one. And then we enter our short, as long as this one is underneath the other low. We enter the short. This is how I trade, guys. If you enjoyed that thought process, put a 7 in the chat. If you enjoy that, and this is the most simplistic way of trading. Notice I didn't look at any indicators. I didn't look at any whatever. It's level by level. And this is what I do. Now, do I use other things in conjunction with this? Sure. Moving averages. Why? To show me the momentum, the strength of the move. Do I use the VWAP? Yes. Why? Because it shows me the average of the volume price for this move. Where's the average? I love averages. Now, averages are not magnets. They are areas of very high possibility that the price might go to, because hence the name average. Doesn't mean that it will, just means that there's a really high chance that it might. And this is what I teach. This is how you can make money. Now, will you lose? Yes. Man, Joe, I am so confused now because nobody knows what's going to happen. Nobody knows. It could be a perfect setup, perfect everything. You can have divergence, break out of a pattern, everything above the 200 SMA, whatever it is. And it can still flip on you because we're trading against people. But here, if I wanted to go long, could I do it here? Like all these mentors, look, it's coming down for a liquidity sweep and it tapped it. And now let's enter right here. Sure, it's a very high risk. Right now is not the market for this. There will be a time in the market where we will do this, but right now, man, it is not. Why? Because we can easily roll over. The chance of rolling over is far greater, regardless of liquidity sweeps, value area lows, point of controls, whatever you use. It is much higher chance that we're going to roll over. because of Bitcoin and the current state of Bitcoin. Now, could we bounce miraculously right now? Sure. And if we do, well, then this goes up and then you look like a freaking genius. And of course, I'll make sure to find it on X, how great you are and how smart you are and how great your strategies are and everything else. But in my opinion, the likelihood of it rolling over is too much. And again, it's all about risk management. And this is increasing risk. Now, if we come up, retrace, come up, break this level, now we have a higher likelihood that this might have been a bear trap. Very high likelihood. So now entering here is safer than entering here. We can still come to these highs, get rejected, and then start doing this. We can still do that, break this level. Uh-oh. But we have a much higher likelihood, and all we're doing is we're going off of the likelihood of not losing our trade. That's all we're doing. We got CCM in the house. What's up, CCM? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for smashing the like. You guys are the best. Hey Diggity says, moving averages are great magnets for price. No. Let's see here. Do I have this? I wonder if it's a video. Is it playing?
Price action's king, no crystal ball to view. Only magnet and trading, a tool on trading view. Let's go. They say this level's a magnet is pulling the price. Mentors talking slick, but they words ain't precise. Price would hit the zone, it has to break through. Now you broke, and no super glue. They paint a picture, got you dreaming of wins, but the guaranteed moves not moving. Calling indicators magnets, traders believing every word. Price moves where it wants. Haven't you heard? Mentors selling you certainty, feeding you lies, saying this level's a magnet while your count slowly dies. Nobody knows what'll happen, no crystal ball to view. Only magnet and trading, a tool on trading view.
Dangerous words that mentors say. If it breaks this line, it'll run that way. Or price has to move if this thing's true. That kind of bias can bury you. It starts with hope, then turns to need. Next thing you know, your account will bleed. We only have probabilities, can't be deceived. Nothing acts as a magnet, nothing's guaranteed.
They hype up a level like it's gospel, no doubt. Cross this line, it's moonbound, man, cut that out. Bias in your brain, now you're trading on hope. Mentors got you swinging from a slippery rope. They say the same ace a magnet, it's calling the play.
Oh man, I forgot to mute my mic, so you probably heard an echo. But no, I knew you were playing, man. You've been here way too long to say that they're magnets. Way too long. But yeah. I love the song, Magnet Chat. Yes. Yeah, but there's people out there that think they're magnets. Is like, no, it's an average. I mean, but it makes sense. I mean, it's a high chance that the price will go to the average because it's an average. You know, when I see price pulling back, I'm hoping it pulls back to, let's say, the 200 SMA, and then hopefully bounce. But notice my words, hopefully bounce. It might, blah, blah, blah. When you hear these other mentors, they say, because it broke the 50, it's going to the 200. And we're looking for a bounce on the 200, or it will bounce unless it breaks it. Then it will go whatever. But yeah, no, I know, man. Let's see here. What else? Man, the market, jeez, man. That's horrible. Bitcoin is just, man, it kind of feels like we're at a Diddy party. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Jeez. I'm glad we had our stop losses on our trades. I'm so grateful for stop losses. And because it's dumping so bad, like it's enticing people to short. And as soon as I short, or as soon as we short, it's gonna go just playing boop. It's like, oh man. Who's money? The depth charts and order books are still on the sell side. The Iran stuff and all these stop losses getting triggered. It's not safe too long yet. Oh no, yeah, definitely. 100%. 100%. Yeah, it is not safe too long right now. And see, and this is the part that Yeah. Man, I've never been to one, but if I did go, I'm pretty sure this is what it would feel like. Pretty sure this is what it would feel like. And of course, you don't want to tell anybody about it either. It's like, oh man, it's crazy. But yeah, I mean, and like right now, let's go back to Doge. Doge looks pretty good, but it moved all this. So let's delete everything. Let's delete everything. Let's go to the daily once more. I mean, this one hasn't dropped too much. Magnet tool is our very, man, look at how strong that level is. This would be our target if we were to short, or above the target. This would be the other target. Let's go to a 1 hour time frame. So it did break below this level. Like for me right now, I don't want to trade. I don't. For those of you who are just joining, I got wrecked. I got wrecked so hard. I know for everybody who's been here from the beginning, like, Joe, why do you keep on saying this story? Because I want people to know that stop losses are so important. I had a trade that for whatever reason, I didn't have a stop loss on it, and I lost a lot. It hurts. First thing I did, well, I tried saving it. I tried putting, yeah, right here, perfect. I tried putting double the amount of money that I had in the trade so that I could lower my entry, and it went up and then it went down some more. And then I put my stop loss in. I lost a lot of money, more than I would like to admit, but it was a lot. Now, the reason I'm saying this is to let you know that I'm extremely transparent. I will let you know when I win, well, mainly when I lose, because nobody wants to know when you win, because not only that, but when you're winning, everybody else is winning. So who cares? But when you're losing, like other traders, they're going to see is like, oh man, I lost, but hey, Joe lost, and he, you know, I think he knows that trade. Well, there you go. Like we lose, like, but that loss should not have been so much. I normally put a stop loss. I always do a stop loss. I can't even remember the last time I didn't do a stop loss. I don't know what happened. So if we're going to go long, I mean short, I mean, this could just dump, like just crazy dump. If you were feeling risky, I wouldn't. You know what? If I miss this, I miss it, I'll wait. But I would, this is going to be yellow because yellow means warning or just danger. So this is higher risk. I would do like a third right here for my entry. A third. And then I'm looking for it to pull back. Now this is the extension link that I would like to, that I would actually use. And then about 50% of that is right here. So let's go ahead and do our fib retracement, our magnet tool from the absolute high of this current leg to the current low, which is right here. It could go lower, but look, right at 0.5. This is what I would like to see. Then as it's rolling over, if I wanted to, I could, once again, high risk, as it's rolling over and maybe crosses the 382 level, then I could do 1/3. So what I'm doing, even though this is high risk, I'm actually reducing my risk by the way I'm trading this. Then as the price breaks this level, the newly created pivot, you know, if the pivot's down here, then you just adjust all this stuff. Then I would, of course, the candle has to close. And in this case, it would be the 1 hour candle. The 1 hour candle has to close. And then here I would put my remaining 1/3. And then now I'm fully in the trade. So what you're doing is you're managing your risk. And this is what I teach all the time, not only in my VIP, but also here, because I want to make you money here so that you want to hopefully leverage your time and, you know, spend time with the family or yard work or what, be out with the boys or whatever. And then you get alerts from the group saying, hey, the chart's not looking good, the trade's not looking good, the market looks like it's changing, get ready, I'm gonna start updating charts. And that way you just, while you're out, you're like, oh, let me move my stop loss. There you go. But that is my thought process on Doge as far as an entry. Well, what about a targets, Joe? Okay, well, the targets are going to be underneath or above this. These are our levels. So let's say we did enter right now. We entered right now. First target would be roughly about 6%. Now, granted, I am not trading. I got another alert, and I am not trading these coins. Could I enter? Sure. Man, I just want to wait for a retest. It's so dangerous right now, and especially because Bitcoin pulled back so much already. I don't want to. Then the next one, I'll give you 2. So we were here. Next one will be here. Now, if you make money off of this, great. Very happy for you. Just too high risk for me. Too high risk. And then this one. Now, if it comes up, we don't panic because we're expecting possible for it to come up. And that's why I love using the path tool, because with the path tool, it allows me to not panic when I see the price going in a different direction. It's like, oh, wait, no, I thought this was going to happen. This was my thought process. Okay. Now for my stop loss, I really don't want it crossing the 786. Because if it crosses the 786, there, this is the danger zone. Tom Cruise. If it crosses the 786, there's a really high chance that we can continue going up. And then now we just got stopped out. Now, if we get stopped out on this trade, again, I'm not recommending this trade. If you want to take it, great. It's just too high risk for me. But if you did this, I would have my stop loss right here, about 6% stop loss. And I would do like a 2x leverage, 4x leverage max. And just write that out. 2x to 4x short. Well, hopefully people can find out it's a short. But for me personally, I wouldn't take this. You know what's funny? This whole time I'm talking about this and saying, I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take it. I can just imagine it dump really hard and then be like everybody else. Who took that trade, guys? Who took that trade? Yeah, who took the trade? It's like, dude, you said you weren't going to do it. You gave the setup of how to do it, but now you're congratulations to everybody who took that trade. And yeah, who took it? Put 7 in the chat. And I just find that so funny when mentors, they're just talking about their thought process. It could go up, it could go down, and then it goes down. It's like, who took that trade? Or it goes up, who took that trade? It's like, really? We don't do that here. We don't do that. For me personally, I would not enter this trade. If you wanted to, great. Here's the very responsible with risk management and tolerance, or the risk management in place. It all depends on your risk tolerance. For me, and especially because I lost so much money last night, I do not want to revenge trade and say, man, I got to make this money back. Market's dumping. I'm going to go all in. I'm going to go hard. I'm going to put a lot of leverage, and then boom, I lose more. So I don't want to do that. I know myself already. And if I miss all of these just dumping to zero, well, then I missed it. I want to preserve my capital. So my thought process. Foos Money says, after last weekend, I've been on the sidelines, too uncertain, account preserved above all. Spoken like a true trader. Yep. Sometimes you just have to sit on the sidelines. And that's what we do. Like in the group, that's what we do. There's days that we don't post any trades. There are days that we don't post any because it's just too wishy-washy. Now, am I on a beach, on a hammock, sipping some margaritas or Mai Tais or whatever they're called? No. I'm updating the group. I'm showing them, different strategies. Well, I'm making videos on updates on their strategies. I'm showing them different levels to look at. I'm very active in the group. I'm encouraging people to post charts so that we can do chart reviews. Like, we're very active in the group. And I'm not gonna lie, I am very amazed with the number of people we have in our group, because they pretty much either already know how to trade or they trade very, very well. Like, in my opinion, I kind of put them in the expert kind of category. Do they lose? Of course they lose. But, you have beginner traders, you have traders, doing well. And then you have the ones that do really, really well, where they can see things that some other traders can't. And we have a mixture of them. It's not all beginners. And we have a pretty good number of members in our group. Now, granted, our group is still small. So if you're thinking about joining, join now while it's small, so you get that extra special attention. But I'm very surprised, because again, it makes sense. They're leveraging their time. They're not having to do all this work that I'm doing. It's a lot of work, but they just reap the benefits. But again, we do lose. I do want to say that we do lose. TG1, take profit on BMT. So BMT, yeah. So let's look at BMT really quick. So we talked about Doge, we talked about liquidity, and now let's talk about BMT. Now BMT, I was watching. So let me put this over here, so that if we get slow, we can also YouTube, check it out. But yes, the path tool, man, it helps me out so much with not panicking. Like, oh, it came up. Let me close it. Let me close it. Like, no, I expect it to come up. Okay. That's close. So this one was BMT. BMT. I want to be LT. You know what, man? What I want faux soup. I really do. I also want Thai food. The Thai food place, I think, closes at 2. Is today Wednesday? Dang it. Never mind, they're closed. I want a steak, but I don't know. I don't know what I want. I'll probably just make a bologna sandwich. A fried bologna sandwich. Oh man, when I was a kid, I don't know if y'all know this, but I was poor. I mean, I'm poor right now. I got $14. But you know what I find so funny? Let's just talk right now. Let's just talk. I find it so funny. I think it's because I was brought up poor, and I was poor. So when I see people that brag about their beautiful houses and closets and just stuff that they have, it's kind of resentment from me, to be honest. Now, if you're not bragging and you just happen to be in your house and, walking through your house and saying, hey guys, today, it's going to be a good day, this and that, blah, blah. And you're walking through your house and like, man, like I can see your blinds. Your blinds are that wood. I mean, that's expensive stuff. And it's like, man, like you're doing all right, man. Good for you. I hope you have a good day, man. But if you're like, hey guys, look at my blinds. These are, mahogany wood, 18th century, whatever, whatever. And it's $10 million. Show me your blinds. Doing that kind of crap. That is what I don't like. But man, like you see all these people with all this money and then talk about their money. I was like, man, like here, we got people struggling, just not even trying to trade, just trying to buy eggs or ramen or soup or rice. Man, I can make 30 meals for the month with this bag of rice. And now I just got to put stuff with it, like that's crazy. But it's more so when they brag about it. When they just talk about it, it's their accomplishments. Hey man, good for you. Good for you. But it's more so like Show me your bank account. How many commas does your bank account have? Show me that. Like, come on, man. Let's see here. Kate Diggity says $14 even after a big loss. This guy has risk management. Hey, there you go. I love it. I love it. You're the best. Kate Diggity, you just became my best friend. You just became my best friend. See here. Our deathbed, you know, don't remember the blinds. That's true. And that's what I say a lot too. And again, we're just talking right now. We're gonna look at BMT. We're just talking. So I tell this to a lot of people too. You know, spend time with your family, man. You know, hey, there's a perfect segue. Join the group. Join the group so that you leveraging your time. You're getting all these updates and you're getting all the charts and everything else without spending hours and hours and hours in the charts. But your kids aren't going to remember you know, they're going to remember you not being there because you're working overtime so you can pay for the light bill or not the light bill, but you can pay for the trip, the Disney trip or whatever. They're going to remember you coming home, playing hide and seek with them, playing water gun fight with them, playing water balloon fight with them, playing shoot, man, just pickle fight. Yo, everything has fight in it. Fine, whatever, take on the fight. But you know, just jokes that you do, being silly, they're gonna remember that. And then when they grow up, they're gonna, you know, all you have to do is say, man, let's just say the name is John. It's a random name. You know, John, let's say John steals something, or John talked back to the teacher, or John spoke back to your wife, or whatever. You come home, John's sitting at in the living room or in his room or whatever, and you tell John, sit on the couch. So what you're doing is you're actually asserting dominance. Now, granted, I'm an expert in parenting because I do not have any kids. Right, so I'm an expert. But it's psychology, though. It really is. You're taking away from their environment. John, sit on the couch. Sit on the couch. He's off. What? He already knows what's coming because he talked back to his mom. He's like, John, I worked very hard for you. Your mom works very hard for you. All I got to say, really disappointing me. That's it. Walk away. And then if you build that relationship with them, all the tickling, all the friendship stuff, all the high-fiving, hey man, check out that chick, you know, all that kind of playing type stuff. And then you just sing those words. Man, I'm so disappointed in you. That's going to hurt more. And then later you can talk. But yeah. I bet half of those people maxed out their credit cards on those lines. Yeah. Very true. Very true. But again, I am no expert. No, wait, I am an expert because I have no kids. I would tell more stories about the time that I was parenting, but maybe another day. So right now, BMT. For BMT, very nice. Broke this level. Went up, retraced barely. We're looking for a pullback. And it started to, but it just continued going up. I'm expecting a hard dump, a very hard dump. Why? It's doing up only mode. Very little coming down. It's healthy for it to go up, come down, go up, come down, go up, come down. Let's see here. BC Port Corp says, what it do? What it do? What it do? Let's see here. Came up, came down, barely. Came up, nice retracement into the golden pocket, slightly below the 618, which is fine if we do a fib retracement from here to here, which is fine. Went up even more. This was our opportunity to bounce. This was our opportunity. This right here, this is this. This is this. This was this. But this right here was our opportunity to bounce. It did not bounce. Now, because it is such a small market cap coin, this one is very small, it does not play by the rules of Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin says, hey, if you want to play, you know, you do what I do. It's red light, green light. You know, Bitcoin starts going a certain way and then red light. And if you're still stuck in that trade, well, guess what? You know, liquidation city or stop loss. But right now we did break this level. Let's go ahead and delete all this. Here, this is what we were thinking. This is what I'm looking at. It went straight up. Beautiful example, Exhibit A. Straight up. Here is our decision point, or well, our point that we want to see what's going to happen. If it does come down, now this did move more, and we had to adjust it. We'll probably hear it somewhere. But maybe come down to here and come up, and then it came down. Once it broke this level, watch out. Very high chance that we're going to come down to at least here, at least 786. And then who knows, danger zone, crash and burn, and it did. So this right here could potentially, nobody knows, be something like that. Maybe not as hard, but that was right here. Let's delete everything. No, let's leave it on. We can show this maybe tonight if I go live. Oh yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I do go live Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday and Sunday at 4. We do bonus streams, sometimes 12 midnight, 2 in the morning, 5 in the morning, 7 in the evening. So it just depends. Make sure the notification bell is on. All right, moving on. Let's see here. This was an okay drop so far. I mean, it hasn't dropped completely. Now, if it does pull back, I'm looking at about where this level is. If it pulls back, looking for something like this. Once again, these very low market cap coins, they are, in my opinion, a little bit more on the danger side of entering, because they don't abide by the rules, because it takes very little money to move this to go to the upside. So let's just say everything's dumping. The entire market, Bitcoin's dumping. Then people see this one's up 4% when everything else is down 22%. Because especially the low market cap coin, and now we're getting more volume. That's the important part. People buying and selling. Now this goes to +8. More people see it. Then it goes to +12. More people see it. Everything's dumping. This goes +48. Guess what everybody is now doing? Oh my God, this one's going to the moon. Let's get in. And then it keeps on going up until it breaks one of these lows. But for this one looks much better, in my opinion, because it went up for a short. It went up and then coming down. But for me, I'm thinking Tom Cruise. And look, guys, it came for this liquidity sweep. Okay. What about this one? Well, it didn't come for that one. Oh, but if the price would have come down here, what would you say? Look, guys, it came for the liquidity sweep. Oh. Okay. Tell me what's going to happen before it happens. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Of course, we never know because, well, price can do whatever it wants. I would think it's going to come down. Because it broke this level. Now, for this idea to be invalidated, what it would need to do is the 1 hour time frame would need to cross this level. Very close. For my short thought process is because it broke this and it went up so much. And this area right here looks very, very tempting for the market makers. It does not mean it's going to go down to this level, but there's a pretty good chance that it might. Pretty good chance. BC Pork Corp says, dump it to zero. Dump it to zero. But for this one, I would lean more to short. And then my idea would be invalidated. My stop loss would be up here. I kind of want to take this trade. But as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, I took a huge loss. Man, it hurt. I tried saving it. It hurt so bad. Let my group know. Let other YouTube streamers know. Not that I'm proud of it, but just the fact that, like, it happens. And of course, gave the reasons why, all that fun stuff. And just let you know, I'm a real trader. You know, I win, I lose. But this loss, man, it hurt way more because I forgot to do that dumb stop loss. I don't know how, just did. And my account suffered greatly. Greatly. Let's see here. What we don't want a higher low for a short. And that's pretty much it. Now, to be on the super safe side, I'm talking like looking both ways like 20 times before you cross the street, you would wait for this level to break. And we'll do a blue on this one. And we'll do a this color beige. Oh no, wait. Okay, yeah, fine. And then we'll do we already got blue. We'll do this color. Okay, so let me show you this. So in order to short, this right here is the highest risk. This is risk level, wow. This is the highest risk. I'm trying to think of dumb names by now. I can only think of dumb people. So this right here, this is our highest risk entering the short. Once the 1 hour candle breaks below, so right here would be the highest risk because we don't know, it could bounce here or maybe even here. Entering a short underneath this is reduced risk, but it's still risk. This is reduced risk because it can come down here and then come up and then now bounce here and continue going up. Or it could just get rejected here. So again, nobody knows what's going to happen. This is why we trade level by level. The likelihood of it potentially going lower is very high due to the fact, well, it moved so much, but it doesn't have to though. This is the part I hate because it could go up because it's such a low market cap coin, it could go up if people start buying into it. And it doesn't take a lot because, well, low market cap coin. Then if the 1 hour candle closes underneath this one, this by far is the absolute safest. Because now what you're doing is by this time, potentially, you're creating lower highs and lower lows. The trend has now potentially changed. The other people who trade will see, oh, look, guys, we got a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder and a shoulder. And then to the downside. And then now they come down. But all I see is levels. So that's my thought process. And this right here is the perfect area for it to come down to. Perfect. Could it come down lower? Sure. It's not thought process on this one. If you're in profits already because you got it down here, congrats. You took first target, which is good. I would be very careful. And because I do think that it'll come down. If it breaks this 0.12999, then, well, I was wrong. And then now we're potentially going to start doing higher highs. We'll see. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me. We do this 1 hour every single day, Monday to Friday, of course, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday and Sunday at 4. We do bonus streams as well. And definitely check me out. Every single day we do this. If you have any questions, let me know. Charts, let me know. We talked about Doge, potential short, too risky, but we gave you the thought process behind it. We also talked about liquidity and the liquidity traders who are out there who will constantly tell you that the price action will come down for the lower liquidity after the price action came down to the lower liquidity. Now, there may be a chance that it might come down to it, but if it goes above it, well, then they'll say that it took the liquidity up on top. This is why I trade level by level. Keep it simple. All right, guys, that's it for me. We are going to jam out to the intro song, and the intro song is pretty good. So check it out. Let me know what you think about, or let me know what you think about it. I do thank you guys very much, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care. Of course, my name is Joe, also known as Trade Intuition, and as always, let's make this money.
Be like water when you're trading.
Adapt, adjust, keep elevating.
What works now won't work when the market changes. Swing trading difficult, try scalping the ranges.
We seen bull runs from the basement up. Smart money buys quiet, then price erupts. Early bull, we patient, we scalping the dips. Volume rising, candles got that bullish script. Mid bull flying, we trend riding, not contrarian. Breakouts clean, FOMO feeding the barbarian. Late bull trap set, retail's last stand. Distribution slick like they slapping your hand. Switch it up when the cycle shift. Bear creeping in like a solid drift. Early bear, we light, we waiting the short. News turning sour, but we reading the report. Mid bear, we breaking supports. Stacking gains, down trend steep, but we ain't trading in vain. Late bear, watch for bottoming signs. Smart money reloads while they chasing the lines. Trade one way in every phase, you'll get wrecked. That stubborn bias, that's a fatal defect. Market don't care about your past strategy. It's adapt or bleed. Choose your reality. Triple trade with the trend. Nobody knows what will happen.
What works now won't work when the market changes. So move like the tide, flow through the ranges. Be like water, quick to react. When it's time to shift, don't look back. Fear, greed, envy, jealousy, frustration, revenge, anxiety that wreck your soul if you can't adjust. Stay in the game, adapt or bust.
That's right, guys. We gotta adapt or bust. Now, I'm not sure what hurts more, the loss I took last night or my views. Oh my gosh, I'm looking at my numbers on this stream, and ouch, so ouch. But every day, hopefully we get more and more people coming in. I greatly appreciate everybody who is here. You guys are the best. All right, we will see you on the next one. Take care, guys. See you soon.